Hello everyone, and it's me Pavlo. Welcome to yet another audio gear review. And today we'll be talking about these interesting earphones made by ddHiFi named Janus. It's actually the third version of these earphones. In the past they released two versions in 2020 and 2021. I reviewed them both, and the two previous versions had interesting features. They offered two connectors, both 2-pin and MMCX, but for the third version ddHiFi decided to optimize the price, and they left only MMCX connector, which in my opinion makes sense. And their price is $130, which is a really interesting price, taking into account that ddHiFi are well known for their skill in creating interesting accessories, and they also, besides these earphones, they released interesting USB Type-C and lightning cables that can be used with these earphones or many others. I will review them too. Actually, I have a big batch of different good gear from the ddHiFi. But I decided to split it into few videos to showcase some of that items, because they require more attention than I usually do in regular all-in-one videos. So it will be the series of ddHiFi reviews, and I decided to start with Janus 3 because I have like good opinion about two previous installments. Of course, all links and the stuff will be in the description, and meanwhile let's have a closer look. So let's do unboxing, and if you prepared for some good presentation, you won't be disappointed. Nice paper package, good high quality paper with texture, with proper selected color, absolutely minimalistic, and I like it. Here is the QR code to check if this is an original, and barcode. But to open it and unbox, we're going to the back side. I already removed this seal, they will glue it here. And to open it, you just pull this aside and opens. And by the way, a piece of interesting information, they jointly developed and tuned by ddHiFi and Moondrop. And if you're looking for the anime girl, here she is. Interesting color combination, so looks much more artistic than in vast majority of situations. And here comes main internal box, also made of nicely textured paper. It's really pleasant to touch. You can see that everything is super accurate and neat. So opening the box, on top we've got manual showing you how to do things, how that you can fit them two ways and stuff. Then goes interesting piece of trivia about 3.5 millimeter, about USB Type-C and lightning. So you have some information to read, and a short leaflet with information about warranty. Now here are earphones and the tips themselves. I already reviewed these tips in the past. As you can see, they additionally wrapped that in plastic. So let's take them out, put aside, and we have two boxes with different accessories. So here what we've got: some organizer insert, so it's a stock cable. You're getting replaceable connectors. Let's go here, and cable itself unbelievably good for this price range. And here you get carrying case, also surprisingly good. But we remember that ddHiFi are creators of accessories, so no surprisingly for their own earphones they selected all the best. So traditional case, but this material, this color, this texture look really set it aside. Let's get earpieces out and talk about the design. Basically, design is close to what we've seen before, but now they became a bit more ergonomic because of angled spout. So front hemisphere made of metal with a metal spout. As you can see, they have really small sizes, so they will fit without problems to vast majority of ears, including smaller ones. There is a vent hole here and you can wear them this way, and that means cable down, or you can swap them on the cable and wear them over the ear. It's also a good option. And back part is made of plastic. They selected green one this time. You can see the connector. Here is vent hole, some wiring. So basic but nice looking design. Really neat, really accurate, really well done, so I don't have much to say. Sound isolation is slightly above average because the earpiece itself works as additional damper, so it reduces outer noise a bit more than usual. And just check out this cable. So here is MMCX connector, and I think all other companies should start using such connectors, so I want to wear them over the ear, so this one goes to the left connector. But actually, to get access to the MMCX connectors, we'll need to remove these tiny plugs, so they even protected MMCX. Will I be able to do it with my nails? Oh yeah, I will. So definitely level of details, not that I've expect for $130, it's much better. And here is stock cable, no memory hook, no ear hook, no memory wire, because it was created for both types of wearing, but cable itself is on the softer side of things. It's not super soft, but still it will bend a little bit around the ears and will use to this shape and will hold it. And as you can see, it goes in the separate PVC tube, really bright, really interesting in structure. Here is the splitter, and after splitter it goes down to this connector for the replaceable jacks. And for example, here is Pentacon. Here is lip, here is notch. We need to match them, and it goes inside of this connector, forming really stylish 4.4 millimeter jack. So as you can see yourself, presentation, packaging, accessories, all are on a really great level. And of course, about the sound, I gave them about 48 hours of burn-in, and there were no significant changes in the representation, so no need to bother with that. In terms of tuning, ddHiFi and Moondrop selected almost classical Harman-like tuning, so earphone sounds pretty enjoyable. They're not trying to be super detailed or like monitoring or focused on technicalities. It's more earphones for enjoyable listening of music. So bass go pretty deep. I'm surprised in this aspect, positively surprised. Bass is controlled well. There is a noticeable amount of added punch, but it's still pretty accurate, so it's not some bass head earphones. When it's present, when it's necessary for some electronic music, for example, you'll get nice rumble and punch, but not that overwhelming deep rumble. Main accent here is made on the mid bass mostly, and subjectively it's the best option for me. And acoustic instruments rich with small nuances also sound pretty realistic, not oversaturated, not overbloated, but slightly like enlarged, and that gives you a nice sense of forwardness for bass rich instruments. And I selected example for that. It's Rubarth's live sessions, it's Tundra, and this track is often used as a test for the low frequencies because it has nice bass line here, and at the same time it's a natural instrument without any additional processing or something like that, recorded as accurately as possible. And this earphones of course doesn't deliver it at 100% scale, but gives you a good amount of realism and enjoyability. And I tried, for example, the Antwoord. It was like nice amount of bass kick for me, but I'm not a fan of huge bass anyway. So bass is nicely controlled, but lower part of mid frequencies is still slightly colored to the warmer sound signature, and because of that it sounds like a bit behind the middle mids and upper mids. Some people can find this tuning overly warm, but for me it's like not great, but still not great, not terrible. But on the middle mids and upper mids everything is really good, with good amount of realism, details, really nice dynamics, noticeable boost at the upper mids, giving you that sparkle for the female vocal, for example, for instruments like violin, for guitars, for lower part in percussions, and of course it transitions to the treble, but about that we'll talk a bit later. And the imaginary stage is pretty spacious, at least for me, noticeably above average both in width and in depth, but of course keep in mind that stage is subjective. I like good dynamics, I like how they represent emotions, I like female vocals. Some male vocals, because of that additional weight on the lower mids, can sound a bit shifted towards warmth. And they're not super critical for the quality of record, but of course, as usual, better material will give you better results. And let's see an example for the mid frequencies. It's Arena. I really like this band. It's one of the best neo-progressive rock groups. The Unquiet Sky sounds pretty enjoyable. Vocal here is great, and it doesn't go too low, so it sounds really realistic with good amount of emotions, because it's really emotional here. And the orchestral part in this track also sounds pretty pompous, with good imaginary stage, with good sense of epicness and what we expect for such complex music. It's not over complex actually, but still of course much more complicated than traditional pop or rock music. I really suggest you to pay close attention to neo-progressive, because it's not super complicated like, I don't know, some progressive metal, but at the same time it offers good tunes, enjoyable vocal, nice lyrics, and so on. And the treble It's slightly above average in terms of extensions, not of course super extended far-going treble. And of course there is no almost no layering, typical for much more expensive earphones, but basic basic overtone saturations are done pretty nicely. It's not a treble heavy model, but at the same time it doesn't try to hide the treble. So if you're sensitive to the high frequencies, it's better to try them before buying, but for me it's totally okay, nicely balancing low frequencies and giving you that typical dynamic driver treble, not super airy like balanced armatures, but realistic. And example for the treble, it's Hiromi Uehara, Take Me Away. Fast piano, nice accompaniment, and everything blends together in a great jazz tune, but also it's made with like looking at the typical rock type of tuning, especially bass and drum parts sounds more like on the rock side, and on top of that add that fast and complex piano tunes Hiromi delivers, and they require nice treble performance. Of course, to fully represent this track we'll need something much more technical, but Janus 3 sounds still enjoyable. Speaking about the sources, actually they are pretty good even directly with smartphone, but some simple digital to analog converter will be great for them, and ddHiFi has a lot of offers here, both integrated with cable for more convenience or like a separate solution. Also I will review their digital to analog converters in the near future. So about the comparisons, actually just few models that I can recall. For example, Flow by Flickr Ears that I reviewed recently. It has warmer and more weighty bass. Here you're getting faster, and here you're getting more present and developed treble. Fuse FD3, like comparison point here, they have more weight and also a bit faster and more forward mids and treble. So maybe there are other popular dynamic driver earphones in this range, but I can't instantly recall them. So here was ddHiFi Janus 3, pretty enjoyable dynamic driver earphones with flagship level of packaging and accessories. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.